Hi, this is Charlie giving you Monday's market commentary. I hope you're very well and enjoying the Easter for a lot of you. I've got a few things to go through today. I want to go through oil and gold. Someone emailed in asking if I could do some analysis on oil and gold, so I'll quickly go through that. But before I go through that, I just want to talk about looking at your trading account. We were discussing this in the trading room the other day, actually, and a lot of people, what they do is they check their P&L. It got raised with me by one of my mentees actually last week, and he was saying how he likes to check his P&L at the end of each day and cross the T's and dot the I's and all of that. And I said, there could be a slight issue here because really you don't really want to be looking at your P&L every day. Obviously, you want to keep an eye on of how much you've made or lost on a day-to-day basis, week-to-week basis. If you look at your account balance, that's what I'm talking about. Sorry, so let's just change that to your account balance. What happens is if you look at your account all of the time, regularly, then you're susceptible to the ebb and flow of that account balance. And what I mean by that is that as your account, let's say, is going up, all of a sudden, let's say it's gone from, I don't know, let's say it's gone from 2,000 to, and it's now just edging towards 2,500. All of a sudden, what can happen is a trader will start to tighten up when they're trading. Oh no, I'm getting very close to that target of 2,500 now, and they start trading really tight and not trading so well because they start maybe placing their stops too tight or taking their profits too soon because they don't want to give back where they've got to, and because they're so eager to get to that 2,500 goal. And so you have to be very careful of watching your account balance because it can affect your trading decisions massively. And the same if your account's drifting down and you're watching it come down. Oh no, I'm below 2,000 now. Of course, you need to periodically look at your account balance. You'll know roughly where you are anyway, but I look at mine about once every 6 to 8 weeks, I'd say, my actual account balances. I know roughly where I am, and obviously I know what I'm making from day to day, so I look at obviously my P&L for the day, so I know roughly what I'm making, I know what I am making each day. But I don't look at the account balance, and then it's a nice little bonus when you go and have a look at it. And also, when your account is approaching a new round number, you don't realise that it's doing it, because then you're more likely to tighten up and be susceptible to all of those trading mistakes, those psychological mistakes which can grab hold of any trader. So just a little tip there for you. And we were discussing it with the guys in the room, and there was a few who already realized that that was a good policy to embrace, so they'd found that out for themselves before I raised it. I think it was on Friday actually. They said, "Oh yeah, I realised that just recently actually that when I don't do that, I'm better off for it." So give it a try. Don't look at your account balance. Just keep it out of the way and just trade, and then look at it periodically rather than on a very regular basis. Right, okay, let's have a look at the oil market first of all. I still think this is a very tough one, tough call, oil. I don't have oil on my e-signal to look at all the momentum, so all I'm relying on is just the telecharts here to make any sort of formal decisions. And if you look at the monthly charts, it's not exactly telling us much with regards to oil as to where really it's trying to go to. So that's not very easy at all. So if I come back down to the weekly chart, yeah, we can say, well, it's above the weekly 21, etc., etc. So the weekly trend is up, and the daily trend is just marginally up at the moment, in that it's above the daily 21. So we have to, at the moment, assume that oil may have some more upside in it, maybe to come back up to the 104.50 zone. However, it does look like it's been hand-railing the daily 50 for quite some time here, and if it breaks down, then we should be looking back down to the low 90s. But we are coming into the summer driving season in the US, and so demands start to increase on oil. So traditionally, maybe we should be looking for oil prices to go a little bit higher. So I can't really give much more than that at the moment because it's not an obvious chart to me anyway. So that's that one. And actually, the same with gold to an extent. I've been bullish on gold for a while now because I was bullish on it several months ago, a few months back, when we were down in this zone, and there were some nice divergences on the daily charts. back down here at the beginning of the year, which I was talking about at the beginning of the year, and they've obviously played off really quite nicely. But as regards to where we are right now, I was long on gold on Friday. You may have been aware. On a very short-term basis, I think gold could want to run maybe up to the daily 21, but outside of that, I'm again not entirely convinced as to how much further it wants to go to. It may want to come up for that monthly 21 yet, which is much higher, obviously up into the 1400s. But if we go to the weekly chart, then we're ping-ponging between the weekly 21 and the weekly 50 at the moment. So again, a little bit uncertain as to where gold wants to go right now. So I know I've been asked for some analysis on it, but I don't have too much analysis to give just yet. I think there's a little bit more strength in it just in the very near term, and then we have to play a wait and see game. So it'd need to get back above the daily 21 for me to get properly bullish on a more of a longer term to then come back out to the monthly charts. So that's how I do it. I don't need to be in a rush to try and get into moves. I wait for whatever confirmations it may be, like getting above that daily 21 in order to coming back out to the monthly chart here and looking for that run up to that monthly 21. So at the moment, until we get above the daily 21, then it's a little bit uncertain. It could just be this could be a bit of a bounce before we wanted to roll back down again. So at the moment, I don't have any clear signals on either gold or oil. But if I had to say anything with gold, certainly it's got the potential for a bit more of a bounce to come yet, and then we can see how it reacts to that 21, and then we'll take it from there afterwards. Right, okay, so that's that. Let's have a quick look at a couple of the other currencies, and then we'll leave it alone from there. So the pound, looking for a little bit of a bounce. Obviously, it already is bouncing since Friday. I was bullish on the euro as well as of Friday, and I'm looking for a little bit more upside on the pound, but ultimately I'm looking for it to roll over. I appreciate we're into Easter. We could chop around for the next couple of weeks. I really don't know. But ultimately, I'm looking for downside on cable at some point in the next month. I can't give it a more specific time frame because we could just chop for the next couple of weeks. But certainly I do see the potential for weakness in the pound, and I see potential for weakness in the euro. But like I said on Friday, I was short-term bullish, and I continue to be short-term bullish on the euro and on the pound. But ultimately, I'm looking for these markets to roll over at some point. They could chop for a week or two first, though. Right, I'll leave it at that for now. Have a fabulous week. Be back in touch on Friday for some live trading.